हेलो दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है आर्यन और आज लेके आ गया हूँ आपके सामने मोस्ट रिपीटेड डिक्टेशन इन टीसीएस का डे 6। भाई ये जो प्लेलिस्ट है ना, ये बिल्कुल रामबाण है, ठीक है, और बहुत ही कारगर रहने वाली है अगर आप डीडीए स्टेनोग्राफर का पेपर दोगे, जो कि जैन जैन एंड में या फरवरी स्टार्टिंग में है हमारा एग्जाम जो है डीडीए स्टेनोग्राफर का। ठीक है भाई, तो सीधा अपने डिक्टेशन पे आते हैं। डिक्टेशन ट्रांसक्रिप्शन नंबर 282 है ये। इसका एक बार स्क्रीनशॉट खींच लो पेज का। जब मैं डिक्टेशन पूरी बोल दूंगा तब आपको बताऊंगा प्रैक्टिस कैसे करना है। ठीक है, सो द ट्रांसक्रिप्शन विल स्टार्ट इन 10 seconds, बी रेडी। 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. I do not propose, sir, in the beginning to make a very long speech for the simple reason that I am more anxious to hear and to profit by the observations of my honorable friends who will follow me. A number of amendments have been tabled, and I imagine that many of those amendments will be moved, and very many constructive and helpful suggestions will be made. The House is aware that under the Constitution there is a special officer appointed by the President. I should like at the very beginning to pay a tribute to his hard work and the devotion with which he has worked will be shown by the very exhaustive report that he has submitted to this House. In all our discussions, you will please recollect that, leaving aside the part C states the administration of all affairs, including affairs relating to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, rests in the first instance with the state governments. So far as Part A states are concerned, their autonomy is fairly large, or rather, in this particular matter, we can only give them advice, offer them suggestions, or give them money. So far as the Part B states are concerned, it is true that under the Constitution directives may be sent, but they are also carrying on their affairs with fully elected legislative bodies, and I just remind the House that the power of giving directives is not an unlimited power in terms of period of time. It is only for 10 years. 4 years are expiring, and another 6 years will remain. Therefore, while we discuss the affairs of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, we should remember as far as possible that the actual administration lies in what I may call the provincial sphere. Of course, so far as the government of India or the central government departments are concerned, many questions may be raised. I see whenever the parliament is in session that members are very keen to know whether advantage has been given to the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes in regard to their reserved seats. Honorable members would have seen in the report as to what actually has been done. I should like at the outset to assure every single member of the house that the central government spares no pains to see to it that the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes have the fullest opportunity of rendering public service. I would beg honorable members to remember that when we appoint a district magistrate, for instance, he is not merely a district magistrate for looking after the scheduled castes living in that district, whether they are 1 lakh or 2 lakh or 20 lakhs, but he is the district magistrate for the entire district. He is the district magistrate for the high castes and the low castes and the Muslim and Sikhs, everybody. Therefore, the Public Service Commission or the appointing authority is bound to have some regard for efficiency. But there are certain appointments in which we cannot take any risk. Our anxiety is there, and our anxiety is shared by the Union Public Service Commission that all the opportunities should be afforded to the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. I do not want to repeat what I said on the last occasion that we have relaxed the rules as to age limits. I am sure that the Union Public Service Commission, when these candidates come for viva, was examination or interviews, makes due allowance for the fact that there is bound to be a great deal of difference as between boys or candidates who are coming from, let us say, well regulated families, wealthy families, and young men who are coming from rather lower income groups. I know that the Commission makes allowance for this fact, but when all is said and done, you cannot take very many risks in this matter. What is much more important is that there should be every effort made for their educational uplift and concessions should be given, scholarships should be given. I am all in favor of these young boys from the scheduled castes and backward classes to be sent to England and foreign countries for education. Then there is another matter. I know that in urban areas, untouchability has practically disappeared, and complaints are rife that this is not so in rural areas. I know that, but you have got to take your countrymen as they are. I promised last year that we will take every possible legislative step to remove untouchability and punish untouchability, and I may inform honorable members that before Parliament rises, I may either introduce a bill against untouchability and for punishment of offences arising out of the practice of untouchability or publish it in the Gazette, and then we will discuss it in the coming budget session. But the point that I am raising is that cursive process can go only to some extent. We must not forget the importance of the persuasive process. You cannot ride the high horse only by adopting coercive measures. तो भाई यहाँ पर हो गई हमारी डिक्टेशन खत्म। 840 वर्ड की डिक्टेशन थी टोटल। अब आपको करना क्या है देखो, हर वीडियो में बताता हूँ क्योंकि यार हमें नहीं पता कौन हमारी वीडियो देख रहा है, क्या पता ये जो देख रहा हो वीडियो पहली बार देख रहा हो प्लेलिस्ट में, ठीक है, तो इसको फिर से बता देता हूँ। मैंने आपको ये डिक्टेशन बोल दी तकरीबन 10 मिनट में, ठीक है। 85 से ऊपर नहीं गया मैं, यहाँ थोड़ी सी जगह में मैं 87 88 तक गया था, ठीक है भाई, नहीं तो 85 पे नॉर्मल में चला हूँ। इसमें इजी डिक्टेशन थी, इंपॉर्टेंट डिक्टेशन है। 10 मिनट लिख ली। 10 मिनट आप करोगे रीडिंग टाइम, और मैं बिल्कुल बताऊंगा जो आपके एग्जाम में है उस पैटर्न से ही हमें प्रैक्टिस करनी है। 10 मिनट रीडिंग टाइम हो गया हमारा, ठीक है। फिर आप 40 मिनट लो, ज़्यादा टाइम मत लो, 40 मिनट में इसको पूरा टाइप कर दो एक कंप्यूटर में, ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद देखो कोई प्रॉब्लम है क्या है, आपको लगा मेरे कोई मान लो वर्ड है कोर्सिव मेरा नहीं बना, एक एरर कॉपी बनानी है आपको, ठीक है। एरर कॉपी में वर्ड लिखना है, उसकी प्रैक्टिस करनी है, और अगर वर्ड्स छूटे हैं तो फिर से डिक्टेशन की प्रैक्टिस करनी है। और पूरी प्लेलिस्ट को आप अगर अच्छे से बिल्कुल बढ़िया तरीके से इसको फॉलो करोगे ना, मैं फिर बता रहा हूँ ये रामबाण है भाई, ठीक है। इससे बढ़िया कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, टीसीएस की डिक्टेशन से मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है। तो वीडियो अगर अच्छी लगी हो भाई लाइक कर देना, कमेंट करके थोड़ा प्रोत्साहन जरूर देना, हमें बहुत अच्छा मिल लगता है, ठीक है। और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना है ऐसे कंटेंट के लिए। टिल देन टेक केयर, गुड बाय।